time to start the second event for Chuck Warner and the third event ever of Monster Jump. We're in Springfield at a course set up for the Springfield Jamboree, and Chuck Warner won Monster Jump last week at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Bulldozer after coming in as a replacement truck for a truck that had to leave because of a parts failure. Now it's the defending winner. He returns, and he's going to try to win the event over our 4 trucks we have today, which are Iron Outlaw, El Toro Loco, and the one and the only Stone Crusher. Chuck Warner's going to line up right here, and here goes Chuck. Whoa, he's still in reverse. Here goes Chuck Warner to try to get some huge air. Look at that air. He's going to land right there on the down ramp. A nice slap wheelie, and he's going to flip. He save it. Oh, he overcorrected it. Chuck Warner puts on some great air for the fans in Springfield. For the second contestant in Springfield, it is Iron Outlaw. Remember, once you hit a jump, that is your jump. I don't know what he's going to try to do. He's going to go way out here. Of course, the rule is you have to start with some part of your truck in the boundaries. So he's going to have to get his front tires up here. We're going to go on board with him. Watch him lining up. His front tires are on. Here he goes. Iron Outlaw is going to try for the win. Oh, got a little squirrely right there. Look at that air. Right there in front of the down ramp. A nice wheelie. Rides that wheelie out past the out of bounds area. Huge move for Iron Outlaw. Earlier had a slight scheduling conflict. Not a scheduling conflict, but we said El Toro Loco would be here. El Toro Loco's not here. It's JP Ruggiero and El Diablo. We got the truck started up. Of course, this is one of the final events for this body of El Diablo, as soon he'll be moving to that brand new 3D Devil's Head body. He wants to put on a great show for these fans here in Springfield. Looks like everyone's going to try to take this route that Iron Outlaw kind of did. Going to be interesting here. JP Ruggiero. Back up. As you can see, he has his front tires on the boundaries. JP Ruggiero going for the win in El Diablo. Huge air. Right there where Iron Outlaw landed, and big problems. Tried to save it. El Diablo with an interesting jump. Final contestant coming up next. Steve Sims is our final contestant in Stone Crusher, and he's lined up ready to go. But he's looking at a different ramp right here. He's looking at a jammer stack right here. Here we go. We're going to see what he can do with this. Getting pretty high. Distance was not quite there. Almost hit those fans. So Steve Sims in Stone Crusher. Can he win? We'll find out the winner when we come back. Monster Jump is sponsored by Podcast Jam, a weekly monster truck podcast recapping the events, news, rumors, and more. Also, up-to-date news and information on everything that happens in the monster truck industry. When the news breaks at podcastjam.webs.com. A very interesting turn of events in Springfield. The judges have ruled a tie between Bulldozer, Iron Outlaw, and El Diablo. And you know what that means? A tiebreaker. And a tiebreaker, you all have to go over a different ramp. And you can't do the one you started on. And you can't do the same one as someone else did. This is going to be very interesting. They'll go in the same order they went. Bulldozer, then Iron Outlaw, then El Diablo. Got to start with at least one party truck on the boundaries. He's good. Here he goes. Going to go over this camper stack. Whoa, that didn't work. He kind of lost a bunch of momentum right there. He didn't get very high or very far. The next contestant in the tiebreaker competition is Iron Outlaw. Looks like he's going to line up for this jammer stack, I think. Yep, that's where he's going. Here goes Iron Outlaw. Look at that air. Almost to the top of the stands. Huge air for Iron Outlaw. Well, I'm not a judge, but I'm fairly sure Iron Outlaw is leading right now. Chuck Warner really got anywhere. Now Steve Sims has an interesting predicament. See that big long middle jump? He can't go over that. Because for a tiebreaker, you can't go over what you did originally, which he didn't. He went over this jammer stack, so that's eliminated. And also, you can't do this big middle ramp, because that's what everyone else did. They've ruled that out. When there's a big long ramp, you can't do that. Because, and this is the rules for a rare instance of a tie, because in a tie you probably all go over the same jump. They're going to tweak those rules and such, but for now you can't go over the big long middle jump, and you can't go over the jammer stack. So Steve Sims is going to have to figure out what to do. He has this RV, which Chuck Warner went over and got little air. He has a bunch of these little square boxes and cars. I don't know what Steve Sims is going to do. He's going to have to figure something out soon, though. I think he's figured out what he's going to do. This is interesting. Looks like he's going to try to go cross-thread over this stack. Now, this just got interesting. What will Steve Sims do? Here he goes. This should be very interesting out of Stone Crusher. Oh, that's not good. Almost had a backflip type deal. He got nowhere at all. We'll have to wait till the judges confirm their results, but it's almost certain that Iron Outlaw has the win. We'll confirm when we come back from this break. Monster Jump is sponsored by Podcast Jam, a weekly monster truck podcast recapping the events, news, rumors, and more. Also, up-to-date news and information on everything that happens in the monster truck industry. When the news breaks at podcastjam.webs.com. The judges spoke, and it confirmed Iron Outlaw as the winner of the third event of Monster Jump in 2013 in Springfield. He's going to ride this wheelie out for a while. He wants the fans to be able to see it, though, which is the only problem. We're on board with him right now. Here he goes. He's going back into the course. This is going to be interesting. Oh, he's not lined up like he wanted to. This is bad. That was interesting out of Iron Outlaw. Looks like he's just going to kind of do some random freestyle as a celebration now. Jim Creighton and Bounty Hunter started that tradition when he freestyled for celebration after his win of the very first Monster Jump competition. And now, his employee, the truck he owns, Iron Outlaw, has won the third event after Chuck Warner won it in Bulldozer. Last week at Charlotte Motor Speedway. How about some donuts from Iron Outlaw? Oh, he's going over. He's going over. Not yet. Look at this. Look at this out of Iron Outlaw. He ain't going over. He doesn't want to stop. How about Iron Outlaw? He's still going. I don't think he's ever going to end. I think he might just run out of gas before he quits. Iron Outlaw Oh, he let go of the four-wheel steering for a second. His finger must have slipped off, and that's going to end it. He's still going, though. Look at that on board. He's got to be getting tired of this. And the engine just lost power. Iron Outlaw, the winner of Monster Jump in Springfield.